I'm Diego Gutierrez. Most people just call me Guti. Uh, a bit of a fun fact is just because, there's a ton of Diegos in Mexico. And yeah, that's another fact. I'm from Mexico. I was born in Reynosa, but have been most of my life in Reynosa, but moved to Monterrey to, I guess, like start my career, do high school, and also start college. And I've always been, I guess, a tech enthusiast. Uh, I kind of like to like explain myself as like the black sheep of my family. Everyone is on like something medical related. Like
Dentist.
my parents are dentists, and my grandparents were also like in the medical field. So my brother as well. So I never had like someone to like kind of approach like tech to, even though I was like really passionate about it, right? So this started, I guess, this passion in this this passion started when I was very young. Trying to take things apart in my house, like asking always the question of like, how does this work or why does this work? I would take apart, iPods and like camcorders. I can never put them back together, but you know, that's how I guess like I approached my curiosity throughout my childhood, right?
So you were
Um,
a very expensive kid for your parents.
Probably. If someone is watching this, my parents are watching this, I'm sorry. But yes, that's how I explored my curiosity and how I approached tech, the tech
Yeah.
world. Um, and yeah, I guess that took me to college where I got a little bit more into, programming and learned what this was. Just started doing a lot of side projects. Uh, at some point, that got me an internship at big tech. Um, and I guess that's where I'm at right now. I'm
Yeah.
in big tech and looking for opportunities further than what the dream for a lot of people I think is like big tech, and just exploring what other side of that dream as well is here in San Francisco.
Um, did you ever fail in a really big way?
um, I think so. I mean, I think like most people, I think I've had decisions that like I look back on and kind of like say, why did I do that, or I should have probably done like something else. I mean, when I was in college, I took the idea of starting, I guess, a startup with one of my friends. It sounded like a really good idea. And we started, I guess, wasting money on resources that we didn't have. Um, we started approaching things differently, wasting a lot of money, of course. Uh, it didn't end very good. I mean, we just ended in debt, I guess, just wasting money on resources. And I guess like that's what people say. You have to maybe go in debt and take that risk. Uh, but at that point, I was in my student life, and I don't think I should have been like wasting that money. And I could have used that for something a little bit more useful.
How does it make you feel
Yeah.
to be on this path of what you describe to be the dream of so many other people?
Yeah, it's interesting because, like you said, a lot of people, and especially in Mexico, I think for a lot of people, that's kind of like the end goal, right? You kind of like work through it, do grind lead code, like people say, and just yeah, kind of like grind through it to get to a big tech company, and that's kind of like the path. And that's it. You just stay there if you can for a few years, kind of like retire, and that's the dream for a lot of people, which I think is fair. I mean, I think it's not for everyone, and I definitely don't think it's for me on the long term. I definitely appreciate these roles that I've had as an intern and as a full-time engineer at these big tech companies. I think there are things that you learn there that you might not learn on another path that might be, starting your own startup or working on another startup. I think, that kind of structure and organization does give you a little bit of an insight of, you know, where do you take things when things get too big and stuff like that I don't think you can learn on a smaller scale. um, but yeah, that's my take on it. My take is that it's not for everyone.
In having
Yeah,
to make this decision,
yes,
talking to your family, like, do you feel like people around you understand
yeah.
what you're trying to decide?
Uh, I don't think fully. Because I've talked to my parents, and my parents are very supportive and very understanding, and I'm very thankful for that. But it's very difficult to, I guess, like explain a different kind of path to someone who's kind of like used to the traditional way of like approaching a career. And that would be, you know, you stay in a job for a few years. I mean, not a few, but I mean, maybe
Decades.
yeah, decades. And then you kind of retire, and that's it, you know. Um, and it's fine. Like, I'm not trying to say it's a bad take, but you know, there's also this other path that takes you maybe on many different companies, like these being like startups. You work in that in one, maybe learn something, move to another one, and it seems scary, and it's even scary for me, if I'm honest. Um,
What's
but
scary?
I guess change is scary, and I've talked about this. You know, the famous like safety net. You know, I think a lot of people, especially like coming from big tech, I think we're used to this kind of like safety net that you know that company's not going anywhere anytime soon. They have runway for decades or yeah centuries. I don't know. Um, so you kind of have like this safety net that you know you have like insurance, you have you know a good pay, you have a home, everything's kind of like stable, you know. But at the same time, you kind of like learn that you're kind of not learning so much. I mean, this depends on the team that you're working on, but I guess like it comes to a point that you have to, I guess like take that risk that maybe you're not gonna have that safety net to, I guess, learn and explore and grow. I think yeah, that's the word. Just grow out of this mindset.